What's good, everybody? It's your boy Everson. Today we're talking about Visible versus Verizon. Not so much the network performance because they're super similar, but the cost benefit savings and how I've actually structured it to take care of a lot of my bills in my life. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, I will touch on performance for a little bit because I know a lot of people may not be on Visible as of yet. So I will talk about my personal experience with that, but I won't focus on that. It's more or less the savings because I did come from a major carrier. So let's go ahead and talk about the performance. So for the most part, it does act as advertised. The Visible Plus plan and the Visible regular plan, I've been a part of both, and I have seen more benefit from just the Visible plan because for the things that I do from a day-to-day lifestyle perspective, watching YouTube, playing games, video conferences, and things like that, I can't tell the difference of something that's 200 megabits per second to 300 megabits per second. The performance is just not enough of a difference, right? And most of the things that I can take advantage of don't really even require that much. I did scale down to the normal Visible plan, not noticing any difference there. And the performance is really as advertised. It goes up to 200 megabits per second. Mine typically hovers around 160 megabits to 200 megabits per second. As far as the coverage and things like that, it's using Verizon's towers. Network is really responsive. I get service everywhere I go, and they've unlocked C-band, which is really fast. That really fast 5G. There are two major differences, just that there aren't any stores for Visible, so you don't have the ability to walk in and talk to anybody, which can be valuable to some people. And also customer support or tech support has to be initiated through a chat. Now, I will tell you that was a big kind of like red flag for me until I actually used it. I had an issue, it needed to handle. It had nothing to do with Visible themselves. They didn't do anything wrong, but I was surprised at how efficient they were. I needed a new SIM because the phone that I was transitioning to wasn't eSIM compatible. After some verification, the two-factor authentication, I was able to order a new SIM card. They overnighted it to me for free. And I think the chat session was probably like 5 minutes long. I mean, they're very efficient. I was actually kind of shocked. Let's actually talk about the differences, right? So when I looked at a Verizon plan, a comparable plan was about $75 to what I would see as Visible's basic plan, which is now $25, right? So there's an amount of coverage and services and features that you get for a very different price structure. So the first thing that you would need to do is actually switch over to Visible, and you want to do this by using someone's discount code or their referral code, which allows you to take $20 off the first bill. Now, if you're on a $25 plan, then your first bill will obviously be $5. But once I got a taste of those deep discounts, I was like, nah, I don't want to go back, right? So from there, I utilized a way that everyone has in order to make sure that I get a discount as well. And that is to utilize your referral code that everyone that has a Visible account has. Now, Visible has two things that are really going for it. Their plan is very simple to understand. It's unlimited talk and text and data. The plan itself is very simple, and so is their referral program. I'm not telling you to go bother your friends and try to get them to switch over because, hey, listen, I've actually tried to do that and it doesn't work. But what I will tell you to do takes a little bit of effort, small effort, one-time effort, but I would tell everyone to do what I did, which is make a YouTube video talking about your service with Visible, how YouTube is geared towards pushing videos to people who are looking for a certain subject type. You will have a better advantage of getting your video into the faces of other people who are looking for your referral code. This is a budget carrier. This is a budget product. People are going to try to look for the biggest discount they can get. So yeah, I think there's a big opportunity with that, but you can choose whatever platform you're most successful on. But the benefit is that it's a very simple referral program. It's $20 every time that someone uses your referral code, then your bill becomes $20 less. So if you take the $25 plan, your bill then becomes $5, and you can actually bank these up to 12 at a time. So realistically, all you'd really need to do is have one person per month utilize your code and activate the service with your code. So the next thing that you want to do is use a VPN. The reason for this is that it bypasses any restrictions that the carrier tries to impose to limit the service in any way, especially with video streaming and things like that. A lot of times with these prepaid carriers, what they will do is that they're optimized to stream at 480. Essentially what that means is that once you go to HD or full HD or 2K or whatever the case may be, you may run into some buffering. By using a VPN, it offers a couple benefits, but the most tangible one when it comes to utilizing a prepaid service is that it blocks your internet service provider, or Visible at this time, to know exactly what you're doing. So they can't tell if you're streaming through a web page, downloading an app, or watching a video. And because they can't tell, those systematic restrictions that are put in place, you can stream at 480. I personally use NordVPN. There's a link to them in the description. The reason why I use them is because they have a lot more features and they're typically faster than some of the other ones that I've used. Like I've used Google's VPN because I have a Google One account for the online storage, but the VPN that they have built and included, the speeds that it reduces to when you're on your data plan is very, very slow. So I personally recommend NordVPN. You can use it on multiple devices and get all the benefits, and they're really fast. Once again, link in the description. So another thing that I did was I used the savings to pay for my internet bill. Once again, there's so much savings by only getting your cell phone bill down to $5 that you have a lot of money left over. So the average internet bill in the United States is around $30 to $70. I split it down the middle, which is 50 bucks. Mine is personally $55. So I just utilize that. But I just basically use my cell phone service, the bill I was paying for that, and the savings to offset the cost of my internet bill. So the next thing I did with the savings is that I invested in a streaming platform, right? And because of the fact that, hey, we're in the middle of a recession right now, inflation has taken, so much of us by storm, I actually use the one that gave me the best bang for my buck. Right now, Peacock TV gives me a great value. They have a sale going on for like 20 bucks a year. Once again, that's like $1.67, but they have great original programming and movies. But after all that, I have remaining $9.84 a month. Now, I can literally save that amount of money if I bought a brand new phone, which I recently did have to get a new phone. I can literally put that money towards saving it each month, not touching it. So after all that, after about 5 years of saving, I have enough to also pay for a mid-range phone, like a Pixel A series phone, whatever is released at that time, for like in total, right? I don't have to come out the pocket for any more money. After 5 years of paying for Verizon service only, if I paid $75, that's about 4,500 bucks. And that's just for the cell phone service. Or I can have Visible, and with those strategies, I can have all these services for the exact same amount of money. So that is how I break down and the savings that I use for Visible. Instead of going through a major carrier, this can be applied to most other services. Like Mint Mobile has a referral program as well, where you can eliminate your entire bill. So at the end of the day, guys, I just wanted to go over that with you. Definitely let you know that, being able to offset my bills with my switching cell phone carrier has not just impacted the fact that I have a lower cell phone bill. It's facilitated a lot of other things as well. So hopefully, you've taken some ideas away, see how you guys can, approach this hard economic time. But either way, guys, I appreciate you guys' time. I'm Everton, and I do videos Everton's way. Peace.